Yowamushi Pedalu, episode 25, the last episode of season 4. Glory line, right? Yeah, season 4. Man, this day is so. This race is so much longer, right? Like 50 episodes now of the second race, where the first race had, let's see, 25 plus I think 1/2, so 37 episodes. I think 37, I believe, 38 maybe. I think 37 episodes of season 1 and 2, right? And that was the whole race, right? 1 to 3 days. First race, introducing the characters, introducing the senpais, so on, right? OONODA, Naruto, and all of that, right? That was 1.5 full season, right? So 37 episodes. Here we have to 50 episodes now, and we still have 1 day left. So yeah, and I mean here we already know about, like, you know, Naruto and OONODA and so on. Also half of the enemies, like Midyoshi and so on. We already know about them. Because they had more flashbacks, but I mean, see what I mean, right? So in that thing, you think about that, it's kind of fun, right? Like, damn, this pacing is whoa. So it's interesting, this episode, because you start with them. Okay, we are day 3 now. Bam, yeah. This episode just steamrolls in there with high pacing. So it's kind of weird. This episode's pretty good, but it definitely ends very strange. It's almost kind of like, I don't want to say, oh, I want it to be slower paced, because it really would be like, you know, come on, slower paced this anime. But honestly, I'm not sure if I had preferred being more a comedic / intermission episode, where they're all talking about, they're like, yeah, Teshima friendship, and, you know, some jokes with OONODA, those girls hitting on him, she being jealous, or something like that, right? Some kind of tsundere mode, something like that, I don't know. If I actually hadn't preferred that, honestly, because then it would be like, you know, okay, day 3 start, and that would be the end of it, yeah. Because now it's kind of like day 3, they start racing, yeah, and I mean it's good for the pacing, but it ends on like a really weird place. It ends on them like they'll be racing for like 10 minutes. That's like the end. He gets to Imasumiko, which is a little bit, I guess, of ending that, and then like the end. And just throwing in that whole, while good edited, and actually I did enjoy it, even though I was kind of casting over it, I know I watched it, but throwing in that like 3-4 minutes of, like, you know, flashback from episode 1 kind of thing, they just kind of shows that, you know, it's kind of a weird ending, right? They kind of have to put that in there just to make the ending end when he gets to Imasumiko. Whereas it would be like, you know, start racing, 30 later, Imasumiko, yeah. So they have to kind of throw it in there just to make the ending be, yeah, in a way, right? So it's special in that sense. But what can you say? I mean, I liked it, but the problem with it, I think it was 2 problems with it. I always say, one problem is actually it just didn't show enough Teshima up at Nissan and so on. Even though I love the senpais, but the last week they're much better characters. We have barely seen, sort of like Kinyo and so on, unfortunately, but really haven't. So even if they're very important, if it's kind of weird, it's a little weird. And I mean, I said it during the reaction in the beginning, and I stand by the Teshima. I said it last year. Teshima is kind of the main character. Right? Teshima had so much more screen time last year, so much more character development, so much important character. And this episode, he gets all this like screen time, right? Rivalry is coming, you know, that whole thing, right? And he's like, oh, stay over here. They get all of that going for them, right? And there's still OONODA doing the face thing. I think the anime really has a big issue that from last season 3, that it keeps going back and forth between who is the main character, right? Who is the character we're actually following? I know they're on the same team, but again, the first half of the episode is pretty much Teshima being like, I will win, we have to win. He's like, you know, give me this fight, everyone, I believe you guys, I am sorry I failed, but I will fight today. He's like, rival over there, he's like, yeah, I love you. He's like, okay, fine, you know, all of that, right? And then it still throws us this, like, do you remember? Yeah, so kind of like really stab him as the main character, his storyline, you know, instead of him as probably being in the last guy versus Ashikiba, right? That's probably how it's going to end. When I watch this thing, I assume Teshima is going to be the last guy standing, right? He's going to fight him and probably win. That's what I assume. OONODA is probably going to, you know, probably lose actually, but maybe lose the win to Manami, and that's probably his story, right? So, you know, that's fine, right? That's fine. But then, this whole OONODA, you know, remember I had no friends and so on, while good, it's really weird, honestly, in my opinion, because it's like, here's the main character, right? Teshima is kind of the main, his story, his storyline, he's the main character in kind of narrative sense. But then they're like, oh yeah, actually, OONODA is the main character, don't forget. It's kind of like throwing in that flashback to force us to remember that OONODA is also the main character. And it leaves you afterwards like, wait, do I have two main characters, right? Who's I'm following? Is it so across a team? And yeah, it's kind of funky. It's kind of funky in my opinion. I think that is a big problem I feel. If it's disjointed to have these two different characters. And it's just kind of, yeah. It's really weird, basically. I said the same thing last year, but now it feels even more so, especially this episode, because like I mentioned again, they have the whole Teshima, like, I will win this last standpoint, you know, trying to be morale, and also Ayoga as well. Also Ayoga also doing the whole, you know, manager-san, I can still fight, you know. He's also doing that, you know, he's obviously the secondary character. Him and Teshima, they had a whole, like, you know, we want to do the tandem thing tomorrow and all of that. Right? They are definitely building up these two guys, right? And then again, we get the whole OONODA as the main character. So yeah, I like the episode, it's pretty good, but the anime definitely is very disjointed with that. I think it's a problem having two main characters. It's really, really weird. And yeah, well, see you guys next year and have a great day.